Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network. All right, everybody, we are back, and I am joined by the one and only, becoming a fan favorite, definitely one of mine, Ms. Katharine Manning. Katharine, so nice to see you on your program here. Always in store for a great program, I know that.
Oh boy, I'm so happy to be here. I look forward to this so much because I am a perennial narcissist and I do like talking about myself. and I love looking at myself. So it just can't get better. Okay.
Funny.
I know, funny. But anyway, I do want to talk about something wonderful today besides myself. I want to talk about the fourth part of the thing you call the boot camp, which I love. The first being breathing, then walking, then napping. And this is something that you gotta do. It's called a daily energy routine. Okay. And it's from the brilliant Donna Eden. She is the world's, and I really mean this. I usually tend to speak in hyperbole. My husband called me Hyperbole Hannah. But I tend to speak that way. But she is really the world's best energy healer there is. And she wrote a book. It's a classic in the field called Energy Medicine.
Okay.
Her husband, Dr. David Feinstein, he was with the Johns Hopkins School of Medical Research for a long time. They're just an incredible team. And she teaches, and she is the one who plucked me kind of in the early 2000s to be sort of her protege. And she taught me, and I was a teaching assistant for a long time. And this is the work I do. And I took to it like a duck to water, probably because I'd already studied Chinese medicine and then I went to school in kinesiology. So it's all that. It's very, very scientific. But Donna sees energy. I see it, but she really sees it. Like she'll come in and go, oh, I have to do her accent. Now what's that around your head? And I'll go, what? But anyway, what it is, I found out because I do like science much more than I like that stuff. And not that, but I have to find out if things are going to be repeatable, observable, and have results. I just have to see that because then it's scientific to me and I can use it.
Okay.
She employs muscle testing, which I have learned too. It took a long time to learn it, and it's not a science, it's an art. But it's from Dr. George Goodhart, which is, I think, in the early 70s, and it's used by most chiropractors, some chiropractors. And you test a muscle to see if a part of your body, an energy circuit, an organ or something is either weak or strong. That means, is energy running to that part or is it not?
And this is so cool. I've heard about this. Is so cool. I just want to know. Cool. I'm so into it.
But it's incredible. It's incredible. And it works. And so then I can fix meridians or chakras or the aura. Now, the aura, I found, has been studied by Dr. Valerie Hunt at UCLA, and it's a real thing. And dig this. When a healer works with his or her hands around the body, it's called the etheric field. It has a negative entropic force. That means, because I don't know if I can't remember if it's the second or third law of thermodynamics, which is that things have a tendency to disintegrate and become chaotic over time. Washing machines break, refrigerators break, they decay, they get older. This is negative entropy. It makes you younger and better. Now, I thought that was not true. But then I saw some videos of myself teaching with Donna like 15 years ago, and I look like shit. So I look a lot better now. And I have not had plastic surgery, and so he said, well, you can't have that skin. And I said, well, you can't get new skin on your face with that. They don't go, they don't do. So anyway, it is true. You do the energy routine. What happens is you develop a new habit. And there is a field out here called the morphogenic field, which is a habit field. And it holds in habits, old ones and new ones. But when you create a new habit, you're going to get well, and you do. And there are testimonials. I have so many testimonials on my website. They're just incredible. They're incredible. Now, most of my practice is psychotherapy, but I do give the daily energy routine. It's all written out. I don't foster dependency, as I've talked to you. I ask people to do it. They can heal themselves. You don't have to keep coming back to me. Plus, I don't really want you to. I want you to get well because you can.
Right. Can I interrupt for 1 second?
Yeah.
I just want to take you back because there's a couple terms that I'm not really familiar with. I'm sure the audience isn't either. So the first one I've heard about it, but I was wondering if you could explain to us what that muscle testing is.
Oh, sure. Okay. Yes. Muscle testing is you take, let's say I'm going to test, this is a usual testing muscle. It's called the indicator muscle. It's worked with the pec major.
Okay.
I'll stand and I'll tell the person to resist me pushing 2 fingers, 2 minutes, 2 seconds, 2 pounds of pressure. I'll just push down on it. I'll say, you resist. And let's say I'll just take my hand and I'll place it, say, on the heart and see if your heart's okay. And you'll either go weak or you'll stay strong. It's amazing. So it's checking to see through muscle testing if energy is running all to where you need it to be. And usually what we're checking for really is over or under energy. What that means is it doesn't mean like anything's wrong with my heart. It just means that I have to do some corrections, perhaps in the pericardium, which is a meridian, and I can strengthen or disperse. I can sedate or disperse. I can move energy through holding certain acupuncture points, which you have to learn. This is a real long training. And I'll do it, and then I'll retest, and they're strong as hell. They're strong as hell, and it's fixed. The other do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. But you're trained. So doing the 2 pounds of pressure and the 2 fingers, I assume you have to study a lot and.
Oh, it took me 4 years to get through
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's not like you can't do this to your friend. Like I can't go to the Mr. Producer and
you can try, but it's stupid too, because people abuse it. They go, say your name is Donald Duck and I can stay strong because I'm not, it's just stupid. I mean, it's really important. There are 42 muscles that we test, 42. There's pec major, pec minor. There's all sorts of muscles. And really after a while, because I see energy, I don't really need to use it. So I do it to impress people because I can really tell which needs what. What's really impressive is memorizing 365 acupoints on the human body. Yeah. So, oh my God, there are things that I can't even describe to you that are so powerful. I developed a protocol. This is all mine. I trademarked it.
Okay.
Called educational kinesiology. And I used to go into schools, especially middle schools, because that's when I think kids are the most obnoxious. And I would go in and they would be, this is even before they allowed cell phones, which they say they don't, but they do. And they would just be all rowdy. And I'd say, okay, now I know you're older, but we're going to play choo-choo train. So everybody get behind somebody else and gently, 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 gently touch the person's forehead. Ew, no, do it. Okay, so then they would, because the teachers won't say do it like that, but I will. And what this is the most amazing thing. This is called neurovasculars. And the vascular, is blood.
Yeah.
And when we take our fingertips and we touch certain points on the head, it brings blood. It takes about 3 minutes, but I can feel it. If I'm doing it to you, I can feel the pulsation in my fingertips. If you do it to yourself, you won't feel it because it's your blood. But if I touch right here, let's say I'm thinking, we talked in the very first podcast, because I listened to it recently, about limited thoughts and unhappy thoughts and scary thoughts. This will reprogram those thoughts in 3 minutes. And I'm not kidding, because some of Dr. Feinstein's people went and lobbied in Congress about this for PTSD victims. And I have seen people turn around such trauma that you kind of want to, you weep, because it can't, but it is. What it does is this is the neocortex. This is the back brain, reptilian brain, and it will take all that fight, flight, freeze stuff and bring it forward to here so you can process it cognitively without not thinking like, oh God, oh, it's going to die. Blah, blah. It's not like that. It just takes it. And what I do in the educational kinesiology with kids is I say, kids, first of all, you shouldn't be in fucking school. But anyway, so what they shouldn't, because it's going to make you as irrelevant as people can get. That being thought, not said. That being thought, not said, I'll say, notice when you look down, you're looking down a piece of paper and you look up the blackboard of the teacher, there's an automatic disconnect in your energy. So one way that you can keep that connected, if you want to, is that you can sit and do this while you're writing. And what it does is it recalls information that might be stuffed back here. Here's my little scientific thing that I have done. Some mother has heard about me and they bring their kid she made a blah on the SAT, like it's a really high score. I just shit out my SATs. But I mean, I made it perfect in English and woefully sorrowful in math. So she did it on her SATs, and this tiger mom and wants to get them into. I said, oh, well, would you like some help with trying to do better? First, give me the check for like $300, and then I'll tell you what to do. I said, so all you're going to do is take it again, and you're going to keep your hand here when you take the test, because I know you've studied. I can see that your mom has made you. You're miserable. No. You've studied hard. So you're all this, but you're traumatized. You're scared. And so it's all back here. So bring it forward and do this. And I really do mean this. The test, it's going up 200 to 300 points each time.
Wow.
We bring it. It's just back here, but they're so scared it can't reach all through all the lobes and get up here in the neocortex where it's going to be accessed.
Is this just for adolescents, or this for everybody?
Oh, it's for everybody. No, it's for everybody. So like if you take your fingertips, like if I were to test you, like I'd say, I'm going to put my finger. No, I'm not going to. First, I'm going to say, Casey, think it's the worst thought you can think of. Don't say it out loud. The most stressful thought, like whatever you got. And then now do it with me. Now put your fingertips right here. No, flat, real flat. Yeah. Real gently. And we're just you just keep thinking, think the worst goddamn thought you can think of. Like, we think I don't have any right now. I'll wonder. Oh, I know. I got a good one. Okay. So then we'll wait like 3. Right now, I think mine's already hooked. I'm so connected. No, I think you're probably, if I had my fingertips on your forehead, it probably would already be feeling the pulsing. So you won't necessarily, you got the thought, you're thinking a bad thought?
Yeah, think about it.
Okay, so whatever it is, as you go along the rest of your life, that thought won't have as much impact as it has right now. Okay, take your hands down. You don't have to do anything. I promise you it's reprogrammed. I promise you it's reprogrammed. It's very powerful. I've seen it work on people who have terrible trauma. They come in and I just hold their points. Now, Donna Eden has a story where she has what most patience of anybody I've ever seen. And she went into this place. She was going to work with some people who were really like deeply pathologically mentally ill.
Okay.
She went in the back door because she always never can find her way. And she went in some back door and she saw this woman, and she intuitively, she just went up to her and just put her fingertips here. And she held her points for like 20 minutes and then just walked away. And this man came out, this doctor came out and said, what did you do? What did you do? And she said, I didn't do anything. Woman spoke for the first time in 25 years. I know documented. Yeah, those things are happening a lot. There's another thing. That's just neurovascular work. That's just one. Now there's points on the head. There's spleen, kidney, there's other points. This just happens to be the stress points. So that's one of the things we do. But then there's neurolymphatic reflex massaging, which is really cool. There are all these points on the body that move the lymph. Now, lymph doesn't have a pump. You've heard of people jumping up on a tramp.
Is this where that is?
Lymph glands,
Okay.
Lymph glands, and they get sick a lot because when you cut yourself, that white stuff that comes out, that's lymphatic fluid. It's healing, but it doesn't move on its own. So you massage it deeply for like 10 times, and it moves the lymph. And you find the points. They're very specific points along the body. There's like here along the thigh, there's some for large intestine. You learn them. I have 3 cutest videos, I think, on my website for neurolymphatic because my cat's in them.
Are they on the YouTube? Are they on?
My YouTube channel. Yeah.
I know you're the queen of one take YouTubes, right?
Yeah, but these are good. They're they're not. I love them because my cat is taking a bath like right here, and I'm going and here and here and here. Now go to part 2 because she's not finished her bath, so that I do the rest of my body. They're good, but there are a lot of points. So that's something you do that. But the one exercise that I stress to everybody, no matter what, and Donna doesn't, but I do, because I know it's changed my life, is a neurological little exercise. This daily energy routine takes maybe 3 to 5 minutes a day.
Okay. But
this one is called homolateral repatterning. And I know that everybody needs it and nobody else agrees with me, but I know because I need it. And so therefore you do too. And it's a neurological exercise that has to do, in my opinion, with correcting stress, you can't get well unless it's fixed. The body has to make crossover energies. It has to. The lobes of the brain, has to cross the corpus callosum. Everything from the minute, and this is when I used to have all these visions when I meditated a lot. I'd see quantum particles and string theory, quantum physics. Everything's a little figure eight. Everything's a little figure eight. The carapace of spiders. I love bugs more than anything almost. The carapace of spiders is a figure eight. Everything's a little music. Everything's crossing, everything. So the body will, if it goes in these patterns like this, you're not going to be well. You're not going to have the availability of your body's energies for healing. It's a way that we are kept kind of down just so we don't hurt ourselves. But you want to fix it. You want to make sure you have the available energy. So every single day, as part of the energy routine, you do homolateral repatterning. I'm going to tell you how to do it. Everybody is supposed to do it. So the first exercise I tell everybody to do is fix homolateral. So you march in place you lift your legs and you swing your arms like this, like you're marching. Mm-hmm. Then you stop. Then you do a cross crawl. Hang on. And it's all on my website. So I'm marching in place like this. Can you kind of see?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay, and then I'm gonna do a cross crawl for 12. I'm lifting, this, like that.
Touching knees.
Yeah, with opposites and opposites. But the first one, I'm gonna take my slippers off so I don't fall. I'm marching in place, like we're in the army now. We're behind the plow. Okay, so that you're gonna do that 12 times, and you're gonna cross crawl 12 times, and you're gonna march in place 12 times, and then you're gonna cross crawl. I lose words if I'm homolateral. I speak word salad. I trip and fall. I'm a bitch, but I'm kind of a bitch anyway, but I'm really super colossal bitch. And some people say, you corrected homolateral? And I'll say, no. And I swear it's a big change.
What's the significance of the marching? And did you say you do it 8 times?
12.
12.
That's a good question. I'm really glad you asked it because I'm supposed to talk about that. The significance is you're telling your brain, I respect that you're in this linear pattern, which isn't what I want you to be. Let's change. So you do the march in place and you stop and take a breath. And then you're saying to the brain, cross over, mother. Cross. And then you do it again and then you cross. You're changing a habit. And, I live in Los Angeles and everybody's driving the freeways. Everybody's doing this, and we stay in this. Before you go to sleep at night, the body goes back into a homolateral pattern so it can sleep. So don't do it before you go to bed or you won't sleep.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you won't. So you want to make sure everything's crossing. I mean, it's so beautiful. When I used to have these visions, I used to see it. I used to see numbers. Every time I close my eyes, I used to go and fly off into the...
Any in particular? Like any number in particular you would say?
I saw that the universe is made of numbers. Everything arced up and everything was a number. And then they came around and they all came inside my head. Then they flew back out. And every single time I closed my eyes, I soared out. I mean, this went on for 2 years. It was so pleasant.
That's during meditation? That's
just every time I meditated, I would leave. But I would go around and I'm not, it just happened. I miss it so much. But of course, if I meditated more, maybe it would happen. But then I would see these little things and I knew that everything was connected. Remember I told you about the tree when I was young, when I was up in a tree and yes. I saw, it kind of started then, the little squiggles, the little squeakies. And then I studied this guy, John Hagelin, and he won some, I don't think he won a Nobel Prize, but he won a big prize in physics. And he talked about string theory. And he talked about the strings of the universe and the quantum particles, and they're all little figure eights. And I was like, yeah.
That's what you were saying. Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it's it's almost always confirmed.
Mm.
I'm seeing things that are probably a lucid dream, but then I find out it's confirmed because I'm seeing into something.
Can you do that? Can you do that lucid dreaming?
I don't know. I guess that's, well, I don't know. Is that what that is? When I'm
I
kind of
think
going into a dream? I don't know.
it's like, well, I guess that would be when you're seeing all those, because you're controlling it. You're watching the
I'm
numbers.
watching the movie. Yeah, yeah, I think so. Yeah. I had a near
Interesting.
experience once, and
Do tell.
angry. I was angry when I got awakened or was made to come back. It was the most beautiful thing because I can't even, oh my God, it just pissed me off that I was had to come back in my body. But I also saw whatever that was in a meditation once, and it was just this, it, I can't wait to die. Oh, it's so beautiful. It's just this color, it's indescribable. See that pukey green, that chartreuse? It's not that. It's this green, green, this, like an emerald green as far as the eye can see, and then this cobalt blue sky, and then this sound, this silence that screams with beauty. This peace, and then there was just this, I don't know what else. It was just, it's unbearable. I mean, you can't stand the peace and beauty and sound and no sound and color and no color. And
Was there any fear in it at all? No fear.
Oh God, no!
Okay?
I was kind of, no. It was just there, and I had it, and I also had that experience in meditation once. It was a day I levitated by mistake. I was meditating for a long time, and all of a sudden I was out of my body. Like I really went up, and it scared the shit out of me.
I would assume.
I crashed back down. It was never to happen again because of the whoop, whoop, whoop sound. But I was in bed with my husband one night, and we had an earthquake, really kind of a bad one in LA. And apparently I went, he said, "Was that the sound you made?" I went, "Yeah, I think so."
Yeah, that was me.
But and then as soon as I closed my eyes, in meditation after I levitated, I went to that place.
Wow.
And
peaceful, very peaceful. That's what I hear.
It's beyond peace. It's beyond it. That's a word that can't possibly describe the exquisiteness. Okay. Yeah. You won't put, it's so good. And then you have to wake up and you feel this body racked in pain. I hated life, whatever we call life, because it's a body with pain. It was so unhappy for me. I had such a hard time integrating. And then the nurse told me that it hadn't happened. But my husband luckily was a lawyer, so he got through to everybody and saw my report. I had coded.
What else goes into the mental part, the energy part?
This energy routine?
Yeah.
So there are a couple of those neurological. So Donna has taken, in her brilliance, she has really over the years, the way she made this daily energy routine, she took it from a variety of sources: Tibetan mandalas, acupuncture, Chinese medicine, neurological field balancing. That's a neurological field balancing. Then we have acupuncture points. She has the lymphatic stuff. It's about 10 exercises, and they're on. You follow the videos. You know, it's Donna's videos, my videos. Any practitioner, we all do this. It's not. We don't change it. But I stress more than anybody the homolateral.
You do that extra thing though.
Everybody, it's there, but it's not stressed enough.
But you think it's more important than they do?
I think it's the most important one. And then the second one you do is you tap stomach 1, K27, thymus, and then she has we tap right here as if you had a bra on. These are called spleen neurolymphatic points. And there's a reason that you do those. It's so important. For instance, when we tap on K27 right here, this is the end of the kidney meridian. And when we tap here, if I were to test you before you tap there and you walked forward, you lose all your energy because we're all so stressed out. And I'd say, now tap here, K27, the kidney meridian begins right on the bottom of the foot right here. And it comes all the way up the body and ends here. So when you tap on the end of the meridian, and then you walk forward again, you're very strong because you've brought everything shooting forward. It's so impressive. I do that kind of when I do a demonstration, I just show off like that.
Well, you,
really
I want to learn more about this. Maybe we can do a part 2 in this, but we're out of time, Katharine. Let me give you the last word, as always. Anything you want to leave us with, and let us know how to get a hold of you. Very interesting.
Thank you. I'm really glad I got
exercises.
to tell you. Okay, daily energy routine, www.southernfriedspirituality.com, or you can go to Donna Eden's website. She's got so many great videos. She really does too. I like mine better. I don't know if I do or not, but anyway, Donna Eden, Katharine Manning, Southern Fried Spirituality, and my YouTube channel is so cute. And see the neurolymphatic reflex massage with my cat, Jenny Annie Dots.
You're awesome. Guys, that's the one and only Katharine Manning. Can't wait to hear what you got to say next. Guys, we'll be right back.
Oh, thank you.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.